Hi guys, this is Fans View TV. My name is Ahmed and joining me is Daniel, a Manchester United fan. Manchester United nil, Arsenal 1. Wow, what a game. That game was so boring. There was no urgency. The teams, I think Arsenal just came to do a professional job. Come,
Excellently.
3
Yeah,
points
that was.
and go, because both teams were just, it was like a preseason game in my opinion.
Yeah, Arsenal came for the results. I also applauded the way they went about it. It just showed that the Arteta and his crew are actually thinking right. It was, Man U is actually a very, very funny team. You don't know what Man U is gonna, what show Man U is gonna put up on whatever night. You don't know which of the Man U team is gonna come up in terms of our performance. And I like that leaves Man U as a tricky side. So I like the approach, Arsenal's approach earlier today. Um, it showed that Arteta is cautious of, the threat that Manchester United poses us. It also shows that they have done a lot of research, deep homework, because in 22 years, this is the first time they are winning in Old Trafford. Also,
Yes, no.
so, yeah. Sorry, this is the second.
I think some seasons ago they won 1-0 over Bayern penalty.
Sorry, this is the second. Sorry, this is the second win in 22 years. Sorry, I beg. It's the second win in 22 years. Yeah, second win in 22 years. So I'm so happy that the title race is gonna be, dragged up until the last game of the season. But if you ask me, they already lost it because I don't think City is gonna lose to Tottenham. I see a 3-2 full-time win in favor of City, but that's it, the game. But speaking of today's game, for me, it's Arsenal. I applauded Arsenal all the way. They appeared like they were not in control of the game. Manchester United had a bulk of the possession, but at the final third of the pitch, Manchester United was confused. I thought that Garnacho had a stinker for a game. He was terrible. His decisions at the final third,
But Garnacho's decisions has always been poor. His decision making is poor.
Yeah,
when he was supposed to cross, he tries to shoot on target. I don't know.
I felt he forced a lot.
I want you to talk about the first goal. Casemiro.
Not really Casemiro. I think it's still the same thing we are complaining of. Taking the ball from the side and when balls are coming at the diagonal. It's not really Casemiro because that ball was
forgot himself. He forgot himself. He was supposed to run and join up with the line, with the defensive line. But
everything started from Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans I understand what he was trying to do. He was trying to get Kai Havertz cut into his left. So he was trying to bait him, sort of like shield his right and try to force him left and make it more difficult for him to probably maybe force a coiler or, square the ball. But, he should have, he's quite very experienced. So he should have looked over his left shoulder rather to realize that Kai Havertz got like ample space. And all Kai Havertz had to do, we were out here, with one of my friends when we were watching, and he was like, Johnny, close up on the like Johnny could hear him, and boom, Kai squared the ball in.
No, I'm not even looking at that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know that part. I'm talking about Casemiro keeping Havertz onside.
Yeah.
Casemiro, I think he forgot himself and was trolling instead of him to run and join his defensive line.
Yeah, that's it. But they should have okay, all right, it has happened, but then they should have defended that ball, better. Johnny Evans should have done better. Saka should leave Manchester United with the next available boss. My God, he was terrible today.
What are you talking about?
He was Wan-Bissaka, yeah? He should leave Old Trafford with the next available, not the boss even, probably a tricycle. Man, look, he was the reason he wasn't complimenting Ahmad well today. He will pass the ball and he will get stuck in an area. Man, move. Create the dummy runs, create the full runs, open up. Did you see the rubbish he was doing in the name of trying to do the flickers and trickery, trying to dribble? But he was more like a robot playing. I'm like, no.
That guy doesn't know how to cross. There were moments I was expecting him to cross. He could not cross. He couldn't cross the ball.
he couldn't play. He was limiting Ahmad because Ahmad was doing the driving. If he was running the back channels or coming for those quick 1-2s, obviously what would have happened there was that he would have taken one or two Arsenal defenders with him, and he would have left Ahmad with either one or two. And Ahmad will always take on. Once Ahmad has just one or two, Ahmad will always take on them and he will shoot. But at times, because everybody knew, or basically the Arsenal players and those who have watched keenly know that Wan-Bissaka is more like a statue. So all of them were not moving. If Wan-Bissaka was the ball, they literally just stand. We are watching today, they just stand. I'm like, okay, we obviously know you're doing nothing, you're going to pass back. I kept on saying, I said, God, I wish we had another, left, what's called a wing defender, either left or right back, that could just come in. This guy, and well, by the time he was bringing on Fosun tried to make some moves and all that, but because Diogo now moved, I saw when Diogo and Ahmad paired on that wing, it was quite very smooth and all that. I'm like, this is it. Well, it's good that they're watching. I don't know how much, but I think about 5 to 7 players are expected to depart and then are expected to come into Old Trafford if there is anything that's going to. And I think the crop of these young players, they are seeing the opportunities available and they are willing to take it. I think they are willing to take it. Right? Yes, they are willing. They are willing to take it. So I really hope that the next season is going to be something decent. I'm very happy that Manchester United wouldn't be anywhere around Europe, because for me, there's no reason for them to be. The need should be, centered around focusing. So all in all, it was just another day. It was just, I didn't expect much. I actually called a draw. I called a draw. I thought the game was going to be a draw.
Manchester United have only won one game in 9 games.
Yeah. I called the draw, but it is what it is, though. So
I'm just scared for Erik ten Hag, because even on the touchline, the guy was just disappointed. There were times that he was just like shaking his head.
Yeah,
he didn't believe what he was seeing. Like, come on. The thing is, it's
frustrating. Again, on his tactical approach to today's game, I was saying with my friend when we was watching, I was like,
why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this from the start of the season, right? I said the same thing too. I was like, why didn't you approach him? I was telling someone here, I said, this was how he played last season. Patient build-up.
If he gets sacked at the end of the season, obviously he sacked himself. Looking at he actually played on the defensive today. He played the pivot. He played Kobe and Amrabat, and it was excellent. And this is what we've been calling out for. You have the players that can play you that comfortably well, and you can win. Manchester United would have been in a better position than they are. This season he cost himself being stubborn and adamant and persistent in playing whatever he said he was playing. That wasn't making sense. You don't have the lads to play the kind of football you want to play. Like the ones you have, you should apply them to purpose. And it's such a shame. I was shocked. I'll be very honest. I was like, wow, this is what you should be playing. This is what is expected of you through the season. But then for reasons that I can't tell, only he knows. Like I was very surprised. Like in Crystal Palace, this is what you should have done in Crystal Palace. Contain them, hit on the counter, enjoy the game. Get in a 2 goals win. And like other games that he has gone out there, like Newcastle. Well, let's see. Newcastle is quite very aggressive. They play very, very aggressive football. They plunge in on tackles, they run you out, they run you rugged, and they play quite very direct football, and also always looking for set pieces because of their, the heights and the heading capacities of most of their players. So I think the Newcastle game is going to be a very different game in terms of tactical approach. But if you ask me, I will ask him to stick to this formation, regardless of who is suiting up, regardless of the players that he's going to be having available for that game. He should stick to this formation and just play this out for the.
You think he's saving Bruno, Rashford, and Martinez for the FA Cup final?
Oh yeah, obviously that's what he's trying to do. He already knows that he's lost the season, so he can't risk them. In his presser, he said Licha is actually yearning to come back. He was actually, particularly insisting to play the Arsenal game, but they told him to hold. I understand what he's trying to do. I think he would rather get them a couple minutes in the very last game of the season, just to get them kind of match ready ahead of the finals. That's what I'm predicting. Or probably maybe
like
give
I
them the
said,
last 10, give them the last 10, 15 minutes against Newcastle, and probably another 15, 20 minutes, in the last game of the season, just in preparation for the FA Cup final against Manchester City.
like I said, Manchester United have won one game in 9 games. And secondly, this defeat today was Manchester United's 9th home defeat in a season.
Is it worse than that? Was it worse than last season?
No, like 9th home defeat in this season. And Manchester United the record is 9 home defeats this season. So if they lose to Newcastle, Ten Hag is going to set the worst record of 10 home defeats.
It gets worse before it gets bad.
Because I think if he loses that game,
it gets worse. I mean, it gets worse before it gets better. So,
because if he loses that game, oh my God, I'm just scared for him, because I have this feeling that they might sack him at the end of the season, whether he wins the FA Cup or not.
To bring who? To bring in who? Who? That's the question. Who? Who do you intend bringing in? Thomas Tuchel, Bayern Munich are unsure whether they're letting go or not. They still aren't sure. They're still searching for a coach or a manager, whatever. Look, I think Manchester United is in quite a bit of a dilemma, and I think Erik ten Hag is to blame himself. He has himself to blame for the manner he had approached the season. And well, if I was in the Man U board, I would stick with him one more season. I'll be very honest with you. I'll stick with Erik. Erik is actually not. He may be a terrible man manager, but I think he's not a terrible football manager or coach. He could be terrible. He could be a terrible man manager, but he's not really a terrible man manager. He's done this thing a couple of times. Like there's something about Old Trafford. There's something about Manchester United as a franchise. There's something that's not adding up.
I don't know that you saw the video that was going around this evening after the game.
No, I've not been around. I went out immediately after the game. I went out, so.
Yeah. He trained today at Old Trafford.
Yeah, he trained in Manchester. Yeah, he trained. Yeah, because it was very, very sunny out here, and I was very surprised while it was raining up north. But then again, that's the north. The Mancunian weather is quite very funny.
He trained in Manchester, and my brother, the leaking roof was terrible to watch. When I saw it, I was like, oh no, that's bad. A club like Manchester United to be this bad, leaking roof, water everywhere, fans running away. Come on.
It's been there for over 15, 20 years now. It's not today.
No, it's bad now. I think it's bad now. It's bad.
Yeah, so that's I suppose that's the reason why Sir Beresford is saying they'll have to move, from Carrington. So I don't know.
If I were them, I'll focus first on Carrington before Old Trafford, because players spend 90% of their time in the training ground.
Yeah, I think probably what they're looking at doing is trying to work it side by side. While they're building the team, they're also developing facilities that are going to kind of match, the vision, and sort of also, it's also going to be like what they will use in their negotiation what's it called, tool also. So they are going to also be bringing it up to football agents and their players. Oh look, we've got these plans, we need you to be a part of it and all that stuff. So yeah, so it's quite a very, very dicey situation where this supposed new football hierarchy or football setup have found themselves. But if they actually, pull up their sleeves and, hit the hammer on the head of the nail, I think they should be able to do something in the next 2 summers. I really don't see a magic going on by next summer, but by next summer, I just want to see an identity in terms of both faces of football, the defensive side and the offensive side. How do you intend to defend as a team, and how do you intend to attack as a team? More like a blueprint that is going to trigger down to what's it called, trickle down rather to the
players.
academies, the youth system.
Or
It's going to be like a blueprint, for the entire. So whenever, and they also most importantly, the player profiles per positions. What kind of players are we looking out for each positions?
okay, so before we go, who will you say was the best Manchester United player today?
I think Amrabat did a great job today, if you ask me.
What about Amad Diallo?
Yeah, Amad Diallo for me, he was good. Yeah, he had those moments here and there, but overall, given what Manchester United has been this season, when you're looking at the biggest problem in terms of their largest problem, which is the middle of the park, Amrabat not having featured in a couple of games this season, coming in to come and play in the manner he played. He was very physical. He moved the ball. He requested for the ball. He progressed it where he could progress it. He tracked back, blocked position channels, made very tough tackles, and good passes. I doubt he lost a pass throughout the game. He really managed, the game. Also dictated the pace of the game alongside Kobe Mino. So for me, I think Amrabat was my Manchester United man of the match. Yeah, Amad Diallo probably maybe second, but then for me, Amrabat.
All right. So thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks so much. Are you hopeful? Are you hopeful for the Newcastle game? I think we're losing the Newcastle game.
As far as I'm concerned, the Manchester United season is over. I'm just waiting for the season to be over, then prepare for next season. Watch the FA Cup final. If they win, fine. If they don't win the FA Cup final, fine. But for me, the Premier League season is over. I'm not expecting anything from them again.
Yeah, same here. It's such a shame that Chelsea is finishing top of Manchester United.
I don't know why Chelsea fans are celebrating that. I think Manchester United fans and Chelsea fans should bury their heads somewhere and stop talking about analysis. Because, like I said, I remember there was this show that we had, and I told you that in 2008, these two clubs were the best two clubs in Europe, and now we are celebrating. This club is finishing ahead of this.
No, I think it's just for the banter between the.
I get them, but I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested.
It's just for the banter. It's just for the banter. Next season, we're going to make sure that the fans VTV make its presence in Old Trafford. We're going to see a couple of big games in Old Trafford. We'll go with our mics and our cameras to see what we're going to how to bring live here, and it's going to be very hopeful for next season. It's going to be a really, really big next season overall.
We're planning big for next season.
Yeah, we're planning big next season. Yeah. It's going to be excellent. I and Gospel hopefully we'll see a couple of games also in Stamford Bridge, bringing it live to our Fans View family. We are so happy, just 1 month in, the support, we have seen it so massive, so huge, and so it's only right that we also.
We're begging the viewers to like, subscribe, and share our videos.
And keep believing in us. We are scratching the surfaces right now, but it's going to be much, much better. Obviously, from the summer transfers, we're going to be bringing you guys some amazing shows. We've got like a bunch of stuff we're working around. We're going to make sure that you guys are involved in the heat of the summer transfer. Regardless of what club you're supporting. You're taking it to the streets. Yeah,
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Ahmed, for having me. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah.